Before I start this video, hello there. This is James Hope. I'm gonna start this video, and I'm gonna start with this woman content creator, and it's gonna be men content creator. This is talking about what's going on with the relationships. It's a relationship video, but I'll get back with my commentary.
Nice and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure. And this is my perspective. So we got a bunch of chicks mad. Okay, so the NFL draft just happened about maybe a week ago or so, right? Recently. And so black women were upset. And this is the only post that I captured, but I saw plenty of comments about black women being really upset that a lot of the draftees, black male draftees, were there with a lot of white women as their girlfriends and as their fiancés and things of that nature. As you can see right here, so I'm not even gonna lie, seeing all black athletes with white girlfriends at every draft makes my blood boil. It's borderline shameful. No, it's actually quite shameful, but not because they're with white women, but because they couldn't be with you. That's why it's shameful, because there are not enough black women that are willing to actually be women and be proper women in relationships, that you can actually be in college with these same guys. Y'all claim y'all go to college all the time. Y'all are always in these universities. You know, you're always somewhere getting your education and getting it popping. And so you rub shoulders with these young men before they ever get to an NFL draft. If you happen to be at a university that has a football program or a well-established football program, you know who the football players are. You know who they are. Y'all the ones want ballers. You gotta get a baller before you ball, not after. And that's what a lot of these white girls are trying to do, to go to college, not just to get the degree. They can get the degree, but they go to get, as Ebony K. Williams once called it, the MRS. You go to get your master's, but you also go get your MRS, your Mrs. degree. And black women don't know how to do that.
I wonder what the things are that sort of separate.
You refuse to do that. So don't get mad at another demographic of women that actually focuses herself to do this. You rub shoulders with these same men that they see them, you see them just like they see them, but you think you're better than them. You think, oh, he doesn't have any money right now, he's just playing football, you know, he's a broke student athlete, he's a broke student like me, so he's not gonna be like, I'll get him after. No, you get him now if you want him, if you want to be in his circle. I seen those videos and movies, because I didn't watch the draft, but I saw like the replays and the playbacks, and it was a lot of Beckys. It was a lot of Beckys, It was a lot of them, right? So then we had one young man who took to TikTok or Instagram or whatever to explain why a lot of his friends who were the D1 athletes that were going to the draft, why they said they were picking white women, and black women still don't want to listen to it.
All these black college athletes that are getting drafted having white women. What's going on? I am going to tell you, as someone that is friends with a lot of D1 football players and D1 basketball players, I'm going to tell you, because they have told me. Before I get into this, I want to make it clear I'm only into black women. I'm just telling you what they have told me. My man said, bro, how many white women have you seen through the Megan Stallion challenge? He said, excluding the ones that think they're 2 shades away from being model. I said, probably only one. He said, okay. No, 5 of my guys that play on Division I Power 5 football teams, and they start. They were like, goody, you know the type of NIL deals we got. One of my men said, bro, I was messing with this black girl. She heard about the deal I got and started to request money, Apple Pays and Cash Apps, for her hair and nails. I said, oh shit. My other friends were saying, bro, I would try to take her out to Chipotle, Kava, this and that. She would get mad talking about, why are we going to steakhouses? You're good for it. I said, well, shit. They were like, bro, the white women, they're down to go and get a cup of coffee, go and get some. Why are all these black college athletes that are going to get some fucking ice cream? My friends were like, bro, the white women we're dating, they pay for a lot of our stuff. I said, what do you mean? They said, bro, they know that we're making some money, but while we're at practice or we're at camp, they got us our favorite Cabo Bowl, double chicken, right? Waiting for them to come out of practice. My friends are telling me these girls are getting their group projects done, getting their essays done, online tests done, on time. I said, wait, what? I said, bro, what about maintenance? There's no way y'all not paying for her hair, nails, bags, her lifestyle. He said, bro, first of all, my girl will get her own Starbucks and even get me one, but if I want to be nice, I'll get her something, from Starbucks. And they were like, hair and nails. They don't even care about the nails, really, and if they do it themselves. Sometimes I pitch in, and I was like, all right, what about hair? They're like, she's white. She just brushes it. We're flat irons, and she wants to be special. I said, Jesus Christ, can't you say that about nobody? One of my men said this. He just got drafted. He said, bro, I was dating a black girl, now I'm dating a white girl, I'm about to marry her. He said the difference between the black girl and the white girl, the biggest difference, is the white girl knows when to shut the fuck up. This is what they told me. Do with the information as you please. If it takes me 10 to 15 years to find a black woman that's compatible with me, that's what I'm gonna do. But this is what they told me. I'm gonna get some fucking ice cream. My friends were like, bro.
So, and they still in the comments, windmilling, still in the comments, be marrying those types just to run around cheating on them with the very women they claim to not like. For whatever reason, black chicks be thinking that's a flex. Black chicks think that to be the side piece is somehow the flex over the wife. If a man happens to cheat on his wife with you, that doesn't make you better than the wife. I don't know when side chicks gonna pick it up. And it's not your business how him and his wife view each other, how she views herself or whatever, because you shouldn't even be involved. The fact that, let's break that down, the fact that they can come get you to be the side chick and you knowingly be the side chick, that means your integrity was so low that you were willing to be some man's side chick, but you can't fathom being another man's wife. All of this stuff about, what he doing the women wrong. Y'all claim y'all are so empowered with women, and y'all claim y'all love women so and love each other in the sisterhood. Why would you do a fellow woman like that? You should not even be available to be chosen to be a side piece. Let's start there. Why are you available for that position? So your integrity is shot all the way around. And then the females that men step out for are literally the women that don't see the value in. They see sex in you. They literally see, I can do much less for you and get everything I want out of you for very little effort. Very little effort. But we're not even gonna go down the rabbit hole of cheating and all that kind of stuff. They're focusing on that and still not focusing on what he said. Now they're trying to talk about how not innocent the white girls are. Just that I work with mostly white men. They tell me y'all them white girls do way more than us as far as thought behavior goes. They just don't get judged. No, they just don't get caught. They have enough self-respect. Let me tell y'all something about the general body of white women. They are hoes. The general body of white women is hoish. Okay, these are the chicks that do all kind of. They feel like they college years is for a couple of things. To get the education. They feel like it's time to get all the sexual experimentation out of the way, whether that's lesbian experiences, fighting around, trains, whatever. They call themselves, that's their experimental years. Right before they get out of college or right after, they clean it up. And then they go into wife mode and look for husbands. And then this is how they coming out with husbands. And then they just never speak of they thought behavior ever again. They just never talk about that anymore. And they get a boy that wasn't around them when they was doing the thought stuff. They get a boy from somewhere else. They manage not to come up with kids. to prove the thought behavior. And they manage to separate themselves from the thoughts. They also manage not to post it all on social media and to glorify other hoes. They don't glorify them hoes. They don't get on there and do Meg Thee Stallion challenges. They don't do that. They don't do Sexy Red challenges. They won't do it. They like twerking too. They like sucking deep. They like busting it open. They love doing all of the stuff that black chicks glorify to do. It's just that y'all can't keep y'all mouth shut about the foolishness you do, and they manage to keep their mouth shut about the foolishness they do. Thus, the public imagery of them is not slutty like it is for you. In other words, they hide their slut stuff, and they slut shame each other. They hide it. Yeah, she may have did that. I was in college. I was 19, 20. Yeah, it's a long time ago. And she a soccer mom now. She got 3-4 kids by that man. That man don't know her college history and being a hoe. She move away. That's why she go to college way somewhere not her hometown. Does she come back to her hometown? Them boys don't know she's doing all that. Even if they might figure it, they ain't got no proof of it. And we know white women like doing stuff like that because way back in the day, in the 90s and stuff, girls going wild, college girls going wild. Them was white girls. But they tamped that down. They was like, no, we're not gonna have that to be our public image that represent us and what we do and what we about. Yeah, we do the thought stuff, but we're not gonna praise that. We're not going to allow our public appearance value to be determined by the whole stuff that we do. We gonna let the hoes be the hoes. If y'all stupid enough to get caught on camera doing thought stuff and hoe stuff, then let that be you. But what we're not gonna do is publicly champion it. We're not gonna do it, and we're not gonna cape for it. We're not gonna cape for it. Whether we participated or not, we're not gonna cape. Black women cape for it. Sexy Red get up here and act a fool. All them chicks, I ain't gotta go down the name. All them chicks get up there and act a fool. And if anybody come and say, man, black women need to have a classier demeanor about them and have a better demeanor about them, y'all will jump that person and be like, no, black women have fun. Why can't we gotta be judged? Okay, so if you think you're not supposed to be judged, that's fine. But let me tell you a little secret. The world is judging you. You are judged. The consensus of black female imagery and appearance value is that we are all sluts. And that is because the vast majority of black women publicly champion slut behavior. They publicly get behind and support the hoes. Black women now have prostitution culture. White women don't. Culturally now, black women have prostitution culture. It's a whole culture now with black women. White women don't do that. So this isn't necessarily about white women being specifically better than black women or not engaging in some of the stuff that black women engage in. What it is about the mindset of not only white women, but any non-black woman. She just don't get that mindset. They're not immersing themselves in prostitution culture, and black women glorify it. So you get what you get. So these young boys see that. They might have been, you know what I'm saying, busting you down in college. They was busting you down, and you thought that meant that you was going to be at the draft with them, but no. Right before they know they finna hit that lick, they drop you because you're not wife material, and they know it because they've been busting you down. Them and they boys been busting you down. They know you're a slut. So they not coming out with you arm in arm, and they know you act a fool, and you got an attitude, and you think going to Subway and all that kind of stuff and Starbucks that's low. Look at the way some of these men describe white women as low maintenance, weak pushovers. If I were them, I'd avoid y'all at all costs. It's not a compliment. It's really an insult. All he said was these women were willing to reciprocate treatment. And black women literally take that as being weak. So so when a black woman say, yeah, I go to Starbucks, I buy my man stuff, and you get around the sisterhood, they gonna talk about you and call you a pick me and call you weak minded and a pushover, and you why you want to be low maintenance, you buying this Negro stuff, blah 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 blah. When really that's just reciprocal behavior in a relationship. You buy your man stuff, I don't see the problem.
Interracial dating in the black community can create many unfavorable circumstances, especially in conversations. It can even get out of hand. But online, there's always a big debate about it. And it differs between black women and black men. Let me give you an example. If you're a black woman and you find a white man, you will hear something like, sad music, girl, go ahead on and get your ways up. Them black men wasn't checking for you anyway. Good example of that would have been Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian, who we know she had, several unsuccessful relationships with Drake and some of the other athletes, and it just didn't go anywhere. And now she has this guy, and she was applauded for doing so. What about Meghan Markle? She's half black and half white. And people were literally crying when she got a chance to marry Prince Harry. Even pro-blacks. People cried tears because she was getting ready to be Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. That's very interesting. When it comes to black men, it's always different. Remember Kobe Bryant when he married his wife? It was a lot of back and forth because he didn't marry Brandy. And when he passed away, there were some, not many, who were glad that he died because he didn't marry a black woman. Jamie Foxx is known specifically for dating white women. And Jay Ellis, who was on Insecure, when he married his wife, Nina Senecar, he literally had to lock down the Instagram comment section because so many people were destroying the fact that he married a non-black woman. But here's something that's also very interesting. None of these black men have any history of being rude or disrespectful to black women. They just chose their own spouse and went about it in a different way. And now we have a new victim. Jaleel White. Most of us grew up watching Jaleel White on Family Matters. He was a legend as a child celebrity. His role was Steve Urkel. He was the kid that lived next door and he really loved Laura, which he never got her unless he transformed himself into Stefan, but as a nerd, he never got a chance to get her. There was another character on the show that liked him. Her name was Myra, and many people thought that Myra looked better than Laura, but that was just a show. Here's a guy that always wanted someone that was black and could never get her unless he transforms himself into a guy that was really cool. But it's interesting, many black men have that particular story. In Jaleel White, he's always dated white women, and now he has found his love of his life, Nicoletta Rowe. Now, who is she and what does she do? Well, she's a person that has a bachelor's degree from Yale University. She went to Stanford University, has a degree in management, and she's a sports tech executive. So we can't say that he's marrying a scrub. But of course, people don't like the fact that he's marrying a white woman. We've all heard the criticism for people from the black community, such as Dr. Umar Johnson.
And I'm gonna get into what I want to get into. But talk briefly about the black man and the white woman. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Historically,
Yeah.
black men were not allowed to marry white women until the Loving versus Virginia United States Supreme Court case in the 60s.
Yeah.
You could not marry them. So since that case was overturned, 67, 68, right around there,
Yeah.
black men have married out their race more than all other men in America put together. Are you going to tell me it's a pure coincidence that the black man is absolutely in love
Yeah.
with marrying his oppressor's daughter, and that doesn't have anything to do with the psychological residuals of slavery?
I'm gonna give it to you on the flip side.
Go ahead.
Do you think it's a lot of the black man saying I gotta go have that white woman, or some of these white women out here looking at that's a god right there? I want that.
It's threefold.
Okay.
Number one, it's about a black man being an economic stimulus package to the white woman.
Okay.
Most black men
Yeah.
marry down in class when they marry these white women.
Okay.
You can't find a rich white woman who ever married a broke ass black man.
Boy.
Show me one rich white woman who has ever married a broke ass black man. So this ain't about love. This is about agenda.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the black man wants the white woman to provide him with a degree of psychological validation. Only a low self-esteem having ass Negro would marry a white female in the first place, because you feel that if I can get the white man's woman, then maybe that makes me feel a little bit more equal to the white man.
And Officer Brandon Tatum, who is married to a white woman, talked about one of the reasons why black men do so.
Question is always posed to me, and people who I believe are not acting in good faith. Some of them may be jealous or haters. Some of them may be brainwashed or confused or even misinformed about interracial dating. So people that know me know that my wife is white, right? And then my oldest son, his mom is white. Me and her met in college way back in 2010. So people criticize me, and they criticize other black men. Although if you look at statistical data, most black people marry black people at like 80%, white people marry white people, whatever. It's just a phenomenon where there's a crossover. And people criticize me sometimes, and they especially from black people, that, oh, you a traitor to your race, black men shouldn't date white women, you just date white women, as if it's some fetish or something crazy like that. But let me break it down to you, and I made a video a while back that got millions of views where I spoke about this a long time ago, but I'm going to give another statement about it just very quickly so people can understand. In my opinion, based on my experience and the people that I know, because I know a whole bunch of brothers that marry white women, 99.99% of the time is because of culture. I think people get caught up in their emotions and get caught up in rhetoric and think it's about race. No, it's more so about availability to certain women and culture.
And these are reasons that people can find valid. I'm a pro-black. Again, I understand why people want to do what they do. But with my mentality, you know where I stand. I'm right there with Umar. But what is interesting was the comment sections on the Shade Room. When they posted this, I wanted to hear what people had to say, so let's check it out. This person says, "Day music! Urkel got sick of Jason Lord and got him a Lindsay." The next person says, "Just say congratulations and move on," exerting all that negative energy. And it's very interesting because there were so many comments that were negative in this particular thread. Now, we have this person who goes, "I pray all the fine ass black women have a happy ass day. Real Negro-ish. How are you feeling today, my sister?" So he said, "Lady, I'm doing great. I woke up with all my bearings. Hey, black clean, feeling great. Pin this comment." So all the sisters was happy to see that, right? Let's just see who this person is and what kind of videos does he make.
Only reason some men don't date black women is intimidated by a strong disposition, inability to be manipulated, and don't approach it because you see through BS and game all the way. I'm a blackitarian, meaning I only eat in court only black women. Ibrahim Massim, Instagram, feel good about it. TikTok, Ibrahim Massim now. It's funny how effortlessly black women are naturally beautiful with or without makeup. You see, a face card never declines when it's a black card. I just spoke this at a university, right? And if you want me to speak at your university, just DM me. Also, my chef ass cooks while I speak life. So, if you want me to serve you some bomb food, brunch, dinner, birthday, wedding, event, romantic dinner for two, girls night, guys night, trips, if you want me to cook you a sip and cook meal while I speak life to you about encouragement and healing, just DM me. I travel.
That's right. Ibrahim Asim. I've talked about him years ago, so give him a round of applause because it appears he still can't stop simping it up. So then we have this person. This person makes a great comment, and I'm glad she put it there. "Angle music, I don't got one black girlfriend that would date him. Let the man live. Dr. Umar will have to understand." Now I want to stop here. I'm not trying to say every black woman is the same because so many talk like this, but you know, me dealing in the black community, I don't really take that serious. But yeah, might be true. Some black women might not date him because of, you know, his style, how he carries himself. He probably doesn't have that black male swag that they like. But hey, this is what women say about black men that are like this, and when they marry somebody else, then they get upset that they marry somebody else because you don't know nobody who would date him. Another person goes, "Well, he stayed true to his last name." LOL, just kidding, congrats. Nah, you was serious. This other person says, "First, good times father, now this. I am so tired of black men not loving us black women. We need love too." Okay, I can understand that, in as much as I'm not for the whole, going to the white race or going to other races to get men or women. I honestly believe that, outcomes can be the same depending on who you are. We gotta be real here. Some black women are not putting themselves in a position to get a good black man, so it doesn't happen. So then you say, I'm so tired of black men not loving us black women. There are black men that love black women, but do you want to put yourself in a position to be around those kind of men? All right? Now, the other person says she's staying in the gym, hella toned. Then we have here for the comments. Cause, exactly. Why is she there for the comments? Stop the show. She's there for the comments because she knows what people are going to say about this guy. Another person says our black sisters are losing to the white woman because we don't cherish our black men. This person also says, at some point we got to look into why black women aren't being chosen by black men of value. It's most definitely something missing within black women that's making them not be valued black male choices. I love black women down, but we need to start having that honest conversation. Another person goes, shocking. Okay, congratulations. This lady, this is what this brother is saying, this lady is in the Spanos family, the ones who own the LA Chargers. She went to Yale and Stanford. I'm not mad at her because she has her own money. He knows she's actually in love with him. I want to come back to that and focus on that. This guy tagged Dr. Umar Johnson. Let's go back to the last comment. She went to Yale. She went to Stanford. She has her own money. She's actually in love with him. Here's something that needs to be discussed in black relationships with black men, sometimes choose white women. If a black man is marrying somebody like this, what he could feel is, this is a woman that wants to be in the relationship with me and loves me for that reason. That's the real reason why she's there. And then somebody could easily say, well, what black woman do you know that would have a master's degree that would want to equally contribute to the relationship as a black man? Not saying that you couldn't find it, but I think if you take a poll, you would have many people who will believe that you'd be better off getting a white woman to do that than a black woman. And that is actually sad. Ultimately, this is going to get worse, not better. So many black women are going to continue to lose in this particular battle, not because they're not beautiful or not because they're not smart, but it's just because the way our community has been disenfranchised. Part of it is their own personal viewpoint and conditioning towards black men and, into marriage. And the second thing is just that there's a lot of opportunities for men once they start doing very well. So you combine both of those things, and it's just really kind of hard for African American women to compete, especially as black men start doing better. Unless you live in a black city, you see a lot of non-black women a lot. Like for me, I went to medical school in Europe. If you're somewhere in Asia, your career is getting better. You have to specifically put yourself in a position to want to be around the African American community. If you have opportunities that your talent takes you out of there, it can be difficult. And most black men will still feel more comfortable with a black woman, but some guys are gonna get new experiences and try new things, which will lead to more black men having more options available to them, and that's something that we gotta expect. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shirley Jackson, back at it again, the episode of A Celebrity Jump.
This is your life. You want to get it right.
Act right, please. Act right. My name is Raul. See you in another video.
No more.
It's not the 50-50 conversations. It's not finances. It's not none of that. The number one reason is them, I ain't asked you to do that for me, people.
That's it right there. I didn't ask you to do that. You did it all on your own. Now, this does include men, but mostly this comes from women. I had a woman tell me this one time when I helped her through a hard time, and guess what I did? I never did another thing for her, ever again.
I drag my balls across broken glass and gasoline before I ever let another person tell me that again in my face. So you in this relationship, you communicating, you validating their feelings, you validating them, you doing all the small things, even gives them appreciation, just mostly checking all the boxes. And then when you bring up, hey, you're not reciprocating some of these things that I'm doing for you, they look at you dead in your face and say, I ain't asking you to do that.
Fellas, if you ever had a woman do this to you before, you gotta understand the mindset that she has. She has a mindset of not knowing what a blessing is. A blessing is when a person in your life does something for you without you having to ask them that makes your life easier. But if that certain person can turn around and tell you, I didn't ask you to do that, you did it all on your own, especially when you need them to look out for you, and even more when it's something very small, This is a person that does not deserve you as a blessing. Think about how many times a man hears a woman say, I don't have enough money to pay my bills or my car note or my rent. And then when he asks her how much she needs, and when she tells him, he sends it to her. Notice they never turn it down. They never say, don't worry about it, I'll figure it out all on my own. No, they take the money. But then they have the nerve to tell you that you volunteered to do it, as though it's a legitimate excuse for them not to look out for you when you need something from them. So since we're living in a time of a strong and independent woman, when they tell you that they're having a problem financially, you simply respond, I'm sorry to hear that, I hope it works out for you, and change the subject. The only woman you should be volunteering to help is a woman that's your wife, or a woman who's helped you with something that's important to you without you having to ask. But if she's a woman that just takes, stop volunteering to do things for her, especially when it has something to do with money. You know I'm about to tell you a story, right? I was seeing this young lady about 5 years ago, and we were texting each other on a Saturday afternoon. I asked her how her day went, and she told me that she took her car to the shop because she was having problems with the brakes. She said the mechanic told her $753 to replace the brakes and the rotors. Seeing that it was the weekend, I told her, don't worry about it. Just bring the car over Sunday morning, and I'll replace the brakes and the rotors for you. Not only did I replace the parts, I paid for them and charged her nothing, not one single dime. She said thank you, and we pushed on with life. A few weeks later, I asked this woman to do the simplest thing for me, and that was to give me an approximate time of when she was going to come over to visit me, because she would say that I have a few things to do and then I'll be over there. And then she wouldn't show up for 2 or 3 hours. And sometimes she would even cancel 2 and 3 hours later. Now instead of her just saying, okay, I'll give an approximate time of when I'm coming over, no, she had to turn it into an argument with me. She needed to know why it was such a big deal that I needed to know what time she was coming over to my house. I explained it to her, and she still wouldn't agree to it. Long story short, I reminded her that I did this $753 brake job on her car that she didn't have the money for, and it didn't cost her a dime. And she responded, I ain't asked you to do that, you did that all on your own. So I responded, you're absolutely right. I did volunteer to do it, but I'll never do anything else for you again. As a matter of fact, we're done. And I hung up, and I never spoke to her again. Now, of course, she called me back, I didn't answer, she left a message saying, you gonna break up with me over that? I didn't even bother answering her. I just blocked her phone number. These women claim to be strong and independent, so let them have it. And let's let them have it now. We all see where the economy is going, and these strong and independent women are starting to feel the financial pressure.
Your rent has gone up, and if you looked on Zillow recently for relief, you've probably been bummed out.
The rent is too damn high. The rent is too damn high. We can't afford our rent. We can't afford our prescriptions.
Stop saying that apartments are $1,200. No, they are not. In Massachusetts, I am not kidding you. Studio to 3 beds, $4,000 to $22,500.
It's getting really scary out here because with the way the economy is set up, I only literally have $200 to $300 left after paying bills.
I just saw a post about people who are living in Toronto, Vancouver, Sydney, and they are struggling because rent is so freaking high. Like, it's so expensive to live there.
If there was ever a time to let these self-proclaimed strong and independent women that don't need a man prove that they are that way, the time is now. No more giving them money for bills, no more giving them money to get their hair and nails done, no more putting gas in their car, etc. Those are all the things that husbands do for their wives. And one more thing while we're at it. Will you guys please stop supporting these OnlyFans women?
Right.
You need insurance from changing life like you.
Alright, gang, what if I told you that I, Hillary Burton Morgan, your old friend from MTV, One Tree Hill?
Look in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to talk about right now is how broke. I'm going to talk about how broke modern women is, black women in particular. You know, women always want to say that men are broke, men are dusty and stuff, but I'm going to tell you, according to my own experiences, and probably a lot of y'all can relate to this, most of these women got their hands out begging, asking for something, begging. So if if you're begging and you're asking for something, then you must be the broke individual, because a broke person doesn't go to another broke person and ask for money. A broke person goes to somebody who they got what they want. So apparently, you're broke. You ever think about that? Now in this video, this reaction video, I will be providing statistical data, facts, data, and statistics to go along with what I'm saying. So let me go ahead and play the first clip right quick. Hold on 1 second. There it is. Let's get it.
Women, you can say broke. You hate to say broke because women don't self-identify as broke. No. Let's just start right there. You didn't want to say it because I'm telling you why. Subconsciously, women don't identify themselves as being broke. They say
that's not what it is.
Because he can't take you where you can't afford to take yourself.
Broke is a mentality to me, and that's why.
All right, your mentality and your bank account is broke.
What you just saw right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a classic example of deflection. Okay. Yes, you could be. Excuse me. Yes, you could be broke mentally, broke morally, don't have character. You know what I mean? Just destitute of certain things, but also when it comes to money, being liquid money, tangible stuff, you're broke too. See, for women, most times they don't say that they're broke. When a woman's broke, she don't call herself broke. What she do, she say, I'm not broke, I'm just dating the wrong man. I'm not broke, I'm just screwing the wrong man. I'm not broke, I just married the wrong man. I'm not broke, I'm engaged to the wrong man. Because if the man had the money, then I wouldn't be broke, because women are self-entitled. They believe what you got belongs to them and what they got belongs to them too. So if they're broke, ladies and gentlemen, this is what women say. I'm not broke. The man that I'm seeing is, even when they don't have $5 in their pocket. Think about that. Now, let's keep going. I got a lady gonna say the same thing I just said, but let me play another clip for you. But yeah, a lot of these women are living paycheck to paycheck, and if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you may want to say you're broke. I mean, you may be able to cover your bills and stuff like that, and have a little money, but if you're living paycheck to paycheck, don't have $1,000 in your savings, or $500, some people don't even have $200 in their savings, and they just don't have the money, it's almost broke. When you're impoverished, when you live in poverty, then you don't have enough to do what you need to do. This is why you get on government assistance and stuff like that, because in a sense you are poor. A lot of women out there are on government assistance. If you are on government assistance, then that would mean that you're poor. That would mean that you're broke. Okay? I don't know why y'all have a hard time understanding these things, but let me go ahead and get to this right here.
I just find it crazy because look at the stats. The average woman makes about $37,000. So this is the average women, majority of women, like less than, I want to say like less than 6% of women make over 6 figures.
What kind of, they working at like Dallas, Target, Walmart?
You see how they talking? I guarantee all them big mustard back helpers sitting on that couch right there is not making that much money, man. They're not. And they want to shame people who don't. Where is she working at? Where you get those numbers at? They must be working at McDonald's. I'd like for you to know, on how it is way up in the South, you can make some money now being a supervisor at McDonald's franchise. Don't let that fool you. Some of those people are making some bank over there. It just don't seem like it, because the negative stigma that has followed working at fast food restaurants for decades make you think they ain't got no money. Some of those people, especially franchise owners, they make money. So I don't know what you're talking about. Let's keep going. Before I give you, after this, I'm gonna give you the statistical data.
Where are they working at?
What do you mean?
Where are they working at making that amount of money?
Where did you get these stats from?
Right.
Blackdemographics.com. You go on the CDC.
California?
You go on the CDC website. You get pretty much any credible
That's just what
website.
they. That's just what they put on their tax.
That's not just what they put. Most average.
Now, did you hear that? That's the problem with women. They don't ever want to accept truth. When you give them numbers, when you give them statistical data, it can come from the CDC, blackdemographic.com, it can come from the U.S. Census Bureau. They always got to say something like, well, those numbers are cooked. Those numbers are not accurate. They're only trying to show you the numbers that they want you to see. They want you to believe this and that. The people who gather this information and bring this data to everybody, they're not plotting on individuals when they present this information. They are not plotting on the American black woman when they say, majority of you are leading in the highest rates of STDs. They are not plotting on the black woman when they say the majority of women that are in the black community have the highest rates of obesity. They're not plotting on the black woman when they say like the highest rates of eviction is in the black women in the black community. They are not coming together, ganging up on you. You see this stuff on the news, and if you don't believe the statistics about the obesity, all you got to do is step outside your house on down the road, I guarantee you, especially down south, you're gonna see some women that you know are not in shape, right? So stop doing it. This is when women want to not take accountability, because numbers and truth will expose them, and narcissistic people hate exposure. They hate to be shamed. They hate to be called out on the things that they're doing or not doing. So that's what we're seeing right now. And all you women want a man who makes 100,000, and some women make 100,000. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna pull the data up in a second. Most people, almost half of everyone, man or woman alike, who makes 6 figures annually are still living check to check. And I'm gonna prove that to you in a minute. Hold on, let's play this rest of this clip. I'm gonna put that up on the screen.
I'm gonna say, especially if we don't even want to go statistically, just let's go anecdotal. From my personal experience, most women broke. Anytime you meet a chick today, anytime you meet a bitch to damn near today, either they staying with their parents or they roommating with 2-3 people, barely got a car. Like the number one excuse I hear women saying, yeah, I stayed with my parents, but I went back to help. My mom needed help, or my dad needed help. I'm like, bitch, they raised you. Like, let's be for real. It got hard out here. You had to go back home. The ends wasn't meeting. Like, let's just keep it real. But just talk to your guy friends. I talk to the homies. They all got the same stories. I mean, like, all my group of guys, I used to be talking to them like, yeah, man, how is it out there on the dating market? They like, it's bad, bro. None of these bitches got a place to live. All these bitches begging. As soon as you meet them, they need help.
Why are they attracting those women?
He's telling the truth. The majority of women that you meet got their hand out begging for something, asking for something. I could be on the phone with a woman and I say, how you doing today? She'll be like, I'm not feeling too good, man. I'm kind of sad. I'm a little depressed, man. I got things on my mind. Hang up right there and block that woman because she finna throw asking you for some damn money. That's what she finna do. You talk to a woman, she always got something going on. Oh, my window won't lit up on my car. It just happened last night and I can't let it back up. She's telling you because she wants you to go in the pocket to get it. I'm not finna, no, man. A lot of these women are begging, and like he said, there's a lot of women who say they went back home to their parents because their parents needed help. And most times that is not the case. Sometimes because they wasn't making enough money to live the lifestyle that they wanted. And then when they go back to their mother's house, they got 1 or 2, 3 kids, illegitimate kids from Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook coming into their house with them. A lot of you women are broke. Even the women who make $100,000 a year, half of y'all are broke too. And I'm gonna go to that right now. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some statistical data. 1 second, y'all, as I pull it up on your screen. I gotta get the, where's it at? Here it is. Now look at the screen right quick. It says this right here, alright? It says, living paycheck to paycheck by income. According to a recent payments report, PYMTS report, as of November 2022, 76% of U.S. adults who make less than $50,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck, compared to 65.9% of those making $50,000 to $100,000 annually, okay? Now, look at this right here. Look at it right here. It says that 47.1% making more than $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. That is nearly half of everyone who is making $100,000 a year. Now let me break this down. See, how's that possible? A lot of these people who get that money don't know how to budget their money. A lot of people who get a lot of money, they want to buy things so they can impress everybody else. So yeah, you may see that woman in that BMW. Yes, you may see that woman in that G-Wagon. Yes, you may see her in a Mercedes-Benz, but you have no idea how she's struggling to pay for all that stuff. She might be struggling on pay notes. I know I'm messing up. But at the same time, she might be behind on a couple notes. And then they get repoed. But she'll tell you that she was only leasing the ride, so she had to go get another one. You don't know. So when these women are asking for men who make 6 figures a year, it's going to be almost as if he's making $50,000 a year if he living paycheck to paycheck. The only difference is, yeah, you may have a Chanel bag from him, but he's struggling the whole time, about to lose everything. So if you are living paycheck to paycheck, no matter what you make, no matter what your tax bracket is, we are all in the same boat. Okay? 47.1% of people, men and women alike, are living paycheck to paycheck. That's broke. I've lived that. I've been that. When you have to pinch pennies, when you have to stretch dollars out, you got to stretch things out to make ends meet. And that's not to be insulting, but when you're not broke, you're you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You got some money put away. You're living more comfortable. You only live comfortable when you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Living paycheck to paycheck will end your life damn near. Because all it takes is one financial emergency to knock you off your square, to set you back 6 months. All it takes is one. And it could be a health problem. Don't let it be a health problem with that surgery and stuff. Now some of you will say, well, you get health insurance. Yeah, you can. But there's a magical word that goes along with that, and it's called deductible. Sometimes your deductible could be up in the thousands depending on what it is you need to get done. And you may not have a 2-3 grand in your account right now to pay that for the deductible to get your surgery or whatever it may be. So stop lying to me, and please stop lying to yourself. So yeah, woman, and most women are, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you're broke. Lady, if you're looking for a man because you ain't got enough money to live the lifestyle that you want to live, you're broke. Lady, every time you ask a man to pay for your cell phone bill and get your nails and stuff did, you're broke. I'm not talking about if you're in a relationship and he gives you that, he wants to do that. But when you start talking to a man, you're hand out, you already expecting money from him, you're expecting him to buy you stuff, you're expecting him to do this and do that financially for you, you're broke. You are a broke, must-stick-back heifer. That's what you are, a must-stick-back heifer who is broke. Just take it down, take it on the chin, just live with it, and do better. So stop calling us dusties and whatever crazy thing you want to call a man today when you're broke. B-R-O-K-E, B-R-O-K-E, broke. I just want to push that in real good. I want to make it real tight where you can't move. Paycheck to paycheck, you're broke. I know I'm pissing some people off now, but that's all right with me because I'm telling you the truth. And I just gave you the statistical data. Now let's keep on. Let's keep going now. Let's keep going, lady. I know you mad right now. You struggling trying to decide if you should get the combo meal where you have to supersize it. That's how broke you is, because if you supersize it, you need that little dollar, the little $1 too, that you need to use for your supersized combo meal. You need that to put on gas. You need it because you're broke. You ain't got enough money for them eyelashes because you're broke. You ain't got enough money for them long fake nails because you're broke. A lot of you women want a BBL, but you can't afford it because you're broke. Oh yeah. Now let's keep going. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Most broke women don't believe they're broke. They think they're dating the wrong guy. So when are you gonna start taking accountability of how your life is, how your life looks? Yeah. So you're waiting for someone to come and save you, for a stranger somewhere. So in the meantime, you're jumping from one married man to another in hookup sites, doing the unthinkable to try to make a living. And then think the reason you're broke is because you've not met a rich man. The reason you're broke is because you are broke. Let's not talk about the man, let's actually talk about you. And if someone can come to your life and save you, they're doing everything for you, then you start thinking they're giving you something you can't give to yourself. You start treating them like a god. They start doing whatever they want with your body and whatever they want to you. Yeah? So please, 2024 is a year we grow up. Make money, my sister. It's you that is broke.
It is you. You are broke. You are broke. Like she said, you're broke. You are broke like your mother and your father. You are broke like your mother and your father. I really act the African accent. You're broke like your mother and father. Anyway, that you are broke, okay? And like she said, they can do whatever they want to do to your body because your body's for sale. Whenever you come around there and you beg a man for money, sugar daddy gonna want some sugar from it. And I'm gonna tell you something. You don't have to be an old person to do that. There's a lot of young simps and a lot of young beta males that do that. But you still gotta give them something. I mean, your body's being rented. And that's all by your choice. Ain't nobody else's choice but yours. Again, you're broke. Whenever you try to get freaky with the weed man because you ain't got no money, it's because you're broke. Every time you want to top them off just to get a little blunt, it's because you're broke. Yeah, that's what it is. It's broke.
Let's be honest. You cannot compare a broke woman to a broke man, because a woman who's broke can sit on her phone, contact a few guys, and raise up some money. Once she has her nails done, her hair done, her feet done, she already feels confident. But a man, if he's broke, he's not going to be confident because he doesn't have money. Money makes a man confident.
See, here's the thing with that. The reason I play this is this reason here. there's two different brokes, man. A woman's broke and a man's broke are two different things, man, because she's right. When a woman's broke, she can call somebody. She can call a sucker. And there's always going to be a sucker who's going to cash app her, Venmo her, you know what I mean? Even if it's spots of 20. She got 20 from this guy, 20 from this guy, 20 from this guy. She going to find a way to make a sucker do it. A sucker going to do it. Only suckers do it. Not men do it. Suckers do that. And I know I got a few suckers watching right now. Before you send that, before you hit that send button on your cash app to that no good for nothing mustard back helper, stop it right now. Stop it right now. Keep your money. There's women out there who got money. Why are you gentlemen messing with women that you got to help them to get on their feet when there are already women out there who are standing on their feet? There's no need. No, man, no. Nah, man. If you got your own car, your own residence, so your own vehicle, your own residence, your own income, man, you should not be messing with mustard back helpers who don't have a vehicle. Because then you got to go pick her up, and you got to drop her back off. Then you got to pick her up, then you got to drop her back off. And she don't want to put no money, no gas money on your vehicle. You know why? Because she's broke. She don't got no damn money to be giving you. She broke. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then you gotta wait for her to catch an Uber if you don't feel like going to get her. And then she gonna be wanting you to pay for the Uber. Why? Because she's broke. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of you gentlemen are getting your hearts broken by broke women. I've noticed that with some dudes. They be all sad and miserable about their baby leaving them and all this stuff. And I'm looking at them, I'm listening to them. I'm listening like, yo, you had to move her in. She didn't even have her own place. She was staying with her siblings, family. And you moved her in, and also when you moved her in, she brought along with her the bastard child. The child that belongs to Pookie, Ray Ray, or Nook Nook, or 3 different baby daddies, and she moved a whole family in there. She brought a ready-made family. You moved her in, she didn't have no money then. Stop moving these women in your house that ain't got no money, man. I wouldn't even suggest you cohabitate. I have that woman come over there and I bang it up. If we're in a relationship, let her have her own place to go to. Because sometimes, bro, it's hell getting them women out of there. When you done with them, you're going to have hell. She done had the sensibility to some sensitive information. She know your social security number. She know your birthday. She knows your patterns and stuff like that. And she can use that against you, man, when she get upset after she leaves, bro. I'm talking about taking out personal loans in your name because she got your social. She got your birthday. She taking title loans out of your name. All kinds of things, man. Because you move a broke woman in there. And the only reason why she's getting a car loan is because she's broke. I'm telling you the truth, y'all. It's just what it is, man. A lot of y'all gotta stop dating broke women. Stop dating struggling women. Okay, when she's struggling, it's a difference between being struggling and just don't want to do that, just lazy. A struggling woman is someone who's actually trying to keep her head above water, man, but she can't do it. Every now and then she's gonna need water. When she's struggling, she's gonna be looking at you for help. I'm telling you, man, it's good to help people, to have grace, to be merciful. But sometimes when you find a woman like that, all she's gonna do is bleed you, man. A lot of these women sometimes are very parasitic in nature, man. And once they latch on to you and they see that you're gonna be daddy, when they see that you're gonna be daddy, and you're gonna take care of her, whenever she have a need, you there. Whenever she has a want, you're gonna grant it. Whenever she has a wish, she's gonna rub on you and you're gonna grant her wish like a genie. She gonna stay with you then, man, because she's broke. Yeah, she's broke, man. She's more broke than Will Smith's heart after he found out about Jada messing with that young boy. She's broke, okay? And like a lot of you women, you broke right now listening to me right now. You can't say nothing. You just gonna get mad and have an attitude right now. You wish you could order you some food by Uber Eats, but you can't because you're broke. You just, right now, some of you women right now, you on the phone right now trying to check out the balance on your EBT card, your SNAP benefit card, and you trying to say, you hope to God you got at least $200 still on there. You thought you had $100 last time, but now you're going up, the woman saying, your balance, your available balance is 3 cents. You are broke. Yeah.
And he's absolutely right. Everything he said was so true. Cause I've come across women like that just recently. And just even now, they coming on social media and they want to Facebook when you're friends. Then if you Facebook some of these women, within a week or two you talking to them, they're gonna want to ask you for some money. Or they Instagram you, they're gonna ask you for some money. I'm picking back off what he's saying. I'm giving you game, and they seem like maybe because I got to look like I got that nice innocent face, and then maybe I could try this guy, you know. It's like he don't have a lot of girlfriends, whatever, and it's just like they have gotten that kind of mentality. And some women I have come across are like that, and they play mind games out here. A lot of these women playing mind games. They knowing that they're not attracted to the dude. They know they don't want a relationship, but they'll work a thing like men do women. Like it's, oh, you the finest thing. Oh, you my only heart, baby. Women do the same thing back at men, man. They do the same thing back at us. And if some of us fall for the tears, the hard story, they got you. And they use it as a manipulation tactic. Yeah, there's some women that do that. And I think some men, like, that's why he's telling you, you got to catch on to this. And I almost fell in the trap a couple of times. But I kind of pulled myself, and thank God for the Holy Spirit to kind of pull me out and say, hey, come on. You know, if she needed something, if she got a job and everything, why don't she ask her family first? Why don't she, and you know, and then, or sometimes especially if you talk to someone over the internet, if they don't want to video FaceTime you, make sure that's the actual person, the picture that's FaceTiming you. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You know, if they want it, and here's the thing, like I mentioned in the video, they want to just text you. Then they'll send you a picture. And you don't know, if you're a single man, you don't know where that picture coming from. You don't know it's a model. I have seen women do that on Facebook. Just be talking to, just being friends with them. And it's like, wow. So they think that by the second, third week, you're already, oh, you want to be my new boyfriend? Oh, you want to be my new husband? Just the kind of line he throwing at us now, man. This is what kind of line he doing. So you a single man, divorced man, widowed man, from 18 up to 75. This is what they doing, or past it. This is what they doing, and they don't care. They'll sweet talk to you and everything, and don't give a squat about you. That's why you need a woman in your family, like a sister or a mother or a best friend, that got to be like a sister or mother to you, that can read through these women, because they know how to peep their game out. Women know how to, because sometimes they see that kind of spirit. Because there's some women probably mention in front of the women how they trick men and dog men. That's why the first woman can say that, because she's probably heard women that said that, and that's why. And it's like, okay, now they got, but the same women think that they think that they beauty and they booty and they pretty, they freaks, and they know that. They know that guys are gonna check out their body, and that's why they get into a bathing suit and they showing all their voluptuous curves and hoping that men give them money, instead of going out there and using your looks in a casual way to sell an actual product. You don't have to do something like that. You know, if you attract a woman, you can go on YouTube, TikTok, any of these platforms and make money and just sell a product. And you got somewhat of a personality, men will give it to you. But some of them want to be manipulative, thinking that they want to do it the easy way, the low frequency way. But anyway, that's my input on. Piggyback off of what he's saying. That is very true. So men, you know, take heed to what the message is on here is. And if she broke, leave her alone. If she don't have, and make her test the spirit by the spirit. That's what I'm learning. Test that spirit, and you'll see her patience and her demon meter is, and God will reveal to you, man. He will reveal what kind of woman she is, just like a woman will see what kind of man he is. So I hope you get some information from the video. Like and subscribe. Till next time, be blessed. And men, be careful with the women you meet out here, because they are on a whole different level game. So you take care and be blessed. See you on this video. Take care.